Will do.
And his counterclaim, in essence, sir, is that he was constructively evicted from your premises there.
I'm not sure how.
I'm explaining to you, sir. Because let me finish talking.
Sorry.
Because you threatened to kill him and he had to move. He's provided, and I hope, sir, Mr. Dessler, you provided him with a copy of this text message that you submitted to the court, wherein you text him, or who purports to be him, saying you illegally opened my door and entered into my lease house, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sure you're familiar with that text. And Mr. DeHabra, your response to that text.
Yes,
I'm not asking for testimony about that today. All I'm simply saying is I am in possession of this.
Today, in Judge Washington's court, we have the final follow-up on a termination of tenancy case. This was the case where the former tenant claimed the landlord threatened his life in front of his child. So, get your popcorn ready and let's get into the video.
Yeah. Okay. Go! Right.
So we'll call the case of Muhuna DeHabra versus Joshua Dessler, case number 23C0478.
good afternoon, Your Honor. Mohammed Dahabra.
Good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am, Joshua Dessler.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dessler. All right, we're here for hearing today.
Yes, ma'am. Before we start, I would like to ask a couple things. I texted earlier, but I'm asking for a dismissal. I asked last week for receipts for all alleged damages and names of companies that were used, and I didn't receive those at all. And you told us last week that we had to have those in by Friday of last week, and I never received those.
I have a email here dated Wednesday, March 29th that has provided documentation to the court as well as it is CC, at least with the name here, with you, Mr. Wait, what does this say? Why does it say? Who's James Cooper?
Same person, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
Same person. That's him. It's Joshua.
I don't understand.
I don't have an email. I requested for receipts and documentation of names and companies used for
Mr.
anything.
Dessler, I heard you when you said that, and I'm asking a different question right now, sir.
Oh, sorry.
He sent this documentation over to someone named James Cooper. Is that you?
Yes, yes.
Did you get that email on March 29th?
I have an email here. The last email that I received, I said on the 29th, I would like copies of all receipts and names of all alleged companies, but I never received anything back.
Oh, so you're saying after you received that email, you sent him an email requesting additional documentation, is what you're saying?
Correct. Of
right.
Receipts of any money paid to anyone, and I have not received anything like that.
Well, sir, the way the evidence works is you can request it. If he doesn't have it and he doesn't give it to you, it doesn't mean that that the case gets dismissed. It goes to the weight of the evidence. It doesn't get you a dismissal.
Okay.
So anytime he makes, I can't give you legal advice, but all right.
I understand. He's saying that allegedly I owe all this money, but I requested receipts and names of companies that he's allegedly saying that he paid to, but he can't show any of that.
All right. I understand, and I will receive your argument as to that at the end of the proofs as well. Okay. All right, Mr. DeHabra, this is your case. I'm gonna swear you both in. Mr. Dessler, are you able to turn on your screen so I can swear you both in, please?
I'm not, I'm sorry.
Can you both raise your right hand and let me know when you have done so?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
I do.
All right, thank you. You may lower your hand. All right, Mr. DeHabra, this is your case. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm going to share.
All right,
This is the email that you referenced. Can you see the email?
I can.
Okay, so basically just some background on the case. It's a bit complex, and so I thought if I put this in a chronological order, it may make sense to the court. The tenant lease expired end of November. We informed the tenant that we have no interest in renewing his lease. Regardless, he stayed in December, and during January, he sent us a letter for intention to move out on January 31st. That did not happen. And then at the end of February, I received a letter from my management company, Beal Properties, that stated that they believe that the tenant has moved by the end of November, and I should go and check it out. I want to go and check it out on the 6th of March, and this is when the tenant was still there. And I believe last hearing, he did say that he was there on the 6th of March. I sent out an email to Section 8 worker asking what's going on. He was supposed to move on the 20th, and he did not. She said she will draft and approve what they call a mutual lease termination agreement. This way, will give him through the end of March to stay there. That was after I visited the property. There is a voice.
I have a question, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
He's on Section 8,
Yes, ma'am.
and so you had a lease with Section 8.
I believe so. Well, yeah. I mean, I have a lease. I'm not sure if that's. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I'm sure that's the case. But my management company, Beal Property, usually takes care of that.
So when was the lease originally scheduled to expire?
November 30th, and we have a copy of that lease, Your Honor.
That's
I don't
wrong.
understand, because, sir, please don't interrupt.
Sorry.
I don't understand, because it says here that she would be sending a mutual lease termination. They wouldn't send a lease termination unless the lease was still in effect.
I have no. I do not have a lease that is beyond November 30th. The only lease that I have on record is the one for November 30th. He refused to leave, and then he kept, I think, working with his worker basically to try to find another place. That's why he ended up staying through. Agreed at least through the 28th. He did not leave. I complained about it. She said she will extend it through the 31st. She did
That's
not.
not what that means, sir. But go ahead.
Okay, and unfortunately, they actually just about a few days ago, I contacted the section 8 worker, and she said that they were not gonna pay for March, and that the tenant is responsible for any rent if he has stayed over the 2/28 date, because she may have made arrangements for somewhere else. So that mutual lease termination agreement never happened. The tenant did not sign, and we did not get paid. And the ledger will show that we did not get paid. We only get paid from Section 8 through end of February. If it makes sense.
So you're trying to say you're requesting rent for March?
Well, because he was there in March 6th, that is correct. And I don't believe he left.
Your Honor, can I say something or no?
Not yet, no, sir. You get your opportunity. It goes from him, then I come to you.
I
Okay,
apologize. Okay.
go ahead, sir.
Okay, and there is a voice recording when I went into the property. If we need to go there, we will. I have all the evidence there. I have a record of the text messages that the tenant mentioned just last meeting. We can go there if it is needed. We had our first court hearing March 8th. The tenant did not show up. We had a second meeting on March 15. The tenant never mentioned that he moved out on March 6th. I'm sure the court records will indicate that he never mentioned that. I don't understand why would he not mention that if he had really moved out. And then he requested a third court. So we went to the 23rd. I'm sorry, to March 22nd here. This is when when the tenant mentioned that he has moved out on the 6th. And then we took possession of the property 2 days after that court hearing, which is Friday on the 24th. I have a videotape of how the property looked when we took the possession. I can play that if needed. I have a whole bunch of pictures of all the damages as well. The total cost from the initial damages were $2,582. Afterwards, we have discovered more damages for a total of $406, which makes a grand damage total to be with water, and there is a water bill that's an overdue water bill of $256. So this is where we stand. Can you see this page, Johanna? I
Yeah.
moved before. Okay. The unpaid rent, and we have the ledger for that is $2,112.32. Court filing is $144.82. Total unpaid rent plus court filings is $2257.14. Damages are $3,042. This includes the first list that I sent out, which was $2,582, plus the second list and the unpaid water. I'm sorry, the second list was $460. The unpaid water was $256.62, minus the deposit of $1,832. A grand requested money judgment total is $3,723.66, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, as to your, one moment, please. Ms. Butler,
Yes, Your Honor.
if you guys have worked out a timeframe for the keys, I don't have to recall this case.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, bye. I do need to see the video. I would like to hear the recording for both the, we're gonna put it on the record here. For both the, let's start with the recording from March 6th.
Okay. Oh, let me.
Okay, here we are.
No.
160.
One moment, Your Honor. I'm gonna share. Can you see it, Your Honor?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Which one is this from?
This is when we took possession of the property on
I
the,
asked for the video from March 6th. That's the date that the
Oh.
voice recording first.
okay. So that's the recording when I believe that the unit was vacant, and I was surprised that he was there. So actually, before we go there, I would like, if you don't mind, Your Honor, just to highlight what happened during that, because it is a recording, but those are the highlights. Can you? I hope I'm sharing the right. Here, I'm going to share this one here really quick. Okay, so this is my voice recording, number 5. Can you see this, Your Honor, right here?
I can.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So basically, it says that, oops. All right. I knocked on the front door 4 times before I unlocked the door at 45 seconds into the video. I announced myself before I entered the property by saying, landlord, landlord, coming through, at 1 minute and 1 second of the video. The tenant says, I'm not sure if it will be clear or not, but we can repeat it as many times as you wish, Your Honor. He said, I will shoot you now. That was at 1:05. That's when I said, go ahead, and I started yelling and I started cursing. And please accept my apologies. I did use some foul language there. I was very upset. And the fact that he started off by saying, I will shoot you now. I told him, but we'll go there. But again, my apologies for using the bad words in there. Tenant daring owner, me, to go back to the house actually for a fight. And I told him, you're not worth it. I'm not going to do that. Tenant did state at the end of the video that he will destroy the property before he leaves. Okay, so I would like to go there now, and let's get that recording going. And I'm going to close my door here because I am at home. Just one moment, Your Honor.
Stool and me.
I'm going to make sure that I'm sharing the right. Okay. Can you see?
I can.
Okay, thank you.
Stool and me. Excelente. Landlord coming through. What the fuck you still doing here, man? Yeah, no, come on, go ahead. Come on. Huh? What the fuck you doing here, you asshole? You're supposed to be out of here. Get out. Okay, the sheriff department will be here in a second, you motherfucker. You dumb bitch.
Beat your bitch ass. Go. Get the fuck out. Go. Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck your life up.
All right, bitch.
I'm gonna fuck your life up.
Step back on the porch, man.
Yeah.
That just happened. You legally came into this house.
Yeah.
Come here. Pussy ass bitch. Come here.
You're a dumbass. You're not worth my time, you little piece of shit. You are nothing but a little piece of shit. I'm gonna fuck you up. Yeah, fuck off. Yeah. Come on, I dare you. You dumb piece of shit. You coward. You're nothing but a coward, little piece of shit. I got you on tape, buddy, right here. I got you on tape. Keep talking. Keep talking, buddy.
Legally enter the house. You can't do that.
Keep talking. Keep talking. It's obvious he still lives there.
Mr. Dabra, I disagree in terms of what he said.
Sorry?
I disagree in terms of what you think he said or you claim he said. He said, get the fuck out. That is what he said.
Right. We can replay and focus on "I will shoot you now," if you'd like to. I
Yeah,
have
because he didn't say that, but go ahead.
no. I will do that one more time. If that was his first comment is "I will shoot you now." Just one moment
That's
here.
not what he said, but go
I,
ahead.
I will definitely.
Landlord coming through. What the fuck you still doing here, man? Yeah.
Did you hear, Your Honor? I will shoot right now. I'll do it one more time. One more time. He said, "I will shoot you right now."
What the fuck you still doing here, man? Yeah, no, come on, go ahead. Come on.
I'll do it one more time, Your Honor, if you want me to.
Yes, please.
Yeah, no, come on, go ahead. Come on.
That's what I said. Come on, go ahead.
What the fuck you doing here, you asshole? You're supposed to. Landlord coming through.
Okay, now he's gonna say, "I will shoot you right now."
What the fuck you still doing here, man?
He will say it right now.
Yeah, no, come on, go ahead. Come on.
Do you hear that, Your Honor?
I do.
Okay.
Right, thank you.
Is there anything else that you want me to go back
I
to?
want you to now play the video from the alleged damage.
Okay.
Okay, here we are.
One moment, Your Honor. My bad. You see it, Your Honor?
Okay, here we are. 162 Lemay. Today is Friday the 23rd.
Actually, 24th. I messed up.
Do it outside first. Yeah. About the house. Room. Bedrooms. Bedroom. Bathroom. Kitchen. Oven destroyed. So there's some food in there. Listen. Oh, there's some planting going on here. Excellent. Excellent. More plantation. More plantation. Laundry room. Oh, look at that. More plantation. More plantation. More on this.
That's it, Your Honor.
Thank
For
you.
the video.
This is from March the 24th.
Yes, ma'am. when we took possession, correct.
Thank you. Mr. Detzler,
Yes, ma'am.
it is now your turn.
Okay, so first of all, on March 6th, when he showed up to the house, his property manager already knew that I was in the house. I have a letter stating that I was still there. He showed up unannounced without any 24-hour notice. In the lease and legally, he's supposed to give 24-hour notice before he even comes there. This is the third or fourth time that he's just showed up. But this time, when he showed up, he illegally entered the house. And at the point when he came in the house, I was in the bathroom with my 3-year-old son, getting him out of the shower. All of a sudden, I just hear someone screaming and yelling, I'm in the house, I'm in the house, or whatever he was saying. So yes, I repeated, get the F, get out of here. Had no idea who was entering the house. I'm literally thinking someone's breaking into the house. So you can hear the video. It's plain, like you heard it. I'm telling whoever's in the house, get out of here, get out of here. And that's when he replies, I'll beat your ass, I'll do this, that's it. And I realize who it is in the house. And then I come running out and put my son, my 3-year-old son, he's literally just getting out of the shower. I wrap him up in the towel and put him in his room real quick. And I come running out to see who's coming in the house. And then I notice it's him. So then he goes running out of the house. He goes running back to his car. And then that's when we go outside and you hear me say, you can't come in here. That's illegal. And that's all on his recording. He just showed you that. So as far as that, yeah, but everything else, I have no receipts, no anything of any property damages, anything like that. He's claiming that the $650 stove is damaged, but it shows right in the video, the glass is right there that fixes the stove. So I don't know, but that as far as him coming, that's all I have.
Do you have anything you want? I guess we should go through the damages.
As far as damages, I requested receipts and any type of proof or anything. All he's doing is saying he spent $55 an hour, but there's 4 or 5 companies right in a mile radius that only charge $25 an hour to clean. And as far as getting rid of trash, it's the same thing. I mean, he has no proof, no records, no anything, which I requested.
All right. Do you dispute the water bill?
Yes, because the last time we were in court was, I think, last October, I think something like that. He tried to evict me for a water bill, and you told him you can't evict me for a water bill, and he charged me for it, and it was paid right then and there.
Right, but this is a different scenario. Now he's saying that this is not for a non-payment of rent. This is a termination of tenancy case.
Honestly, I didn't get a chance to look at the water bill, so that could be correct, but I haven't seen any sort of payments to anyone. I haven't seen any sort of damage payments, anything like that.
So,
and the only reason I moved out on the 6th was because he showed up and he illegally entered and he threatened to beat my ass, what you heard on the video, in front of my 3-year-old son. So we had to move out that day. And then the text messages that I showed, he threatened if I was on his property that day, he was going to kill me.
So Mr. Dahabra,
Yes.
Mr. Dessler is making a claim for basically constructive termination of his tenancy by the method in which you went into that home that day and the way you spoke to him in front of his child. And technically, if he is correct, if he wins that argument, then you could owe him monies for damages. So this case is the problem.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe I entered the property the correct way. I
Sir,
do
I'm
have,
gonna tell you right now, I didn't hear knocking.
I
I
can,
heard you're walking, I heard everything, but I didn't hear knocking.
ma'am, if you don't mind, I can go back and we can both go back and listen to the knocking. For
Okay,
this,
why don't you do that? I'd like to hear it.
yes, let's do that now. Sure. I'm raising my, I thought I'd raised my volume all the way up. Okay. I will do that in just a moment, Your Honor. Stule me, Excellency. Can you see it? Okay, I'm sorry, can you hear it?
Go back.
Okay, I'm gonna go back. I think after you can hear the keys, then you can hear the knocking. One, two, three.
Mr. Dahabra,
Four.
No.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Dahabra,
Yes.
first of all, that's not how you enter a home under those circumstances, if you think someone might be there.
No,
And secondly, let me finish.
I'm sorry.
There is no reason why you would think he's not there.
May I share an email that I received from my management company stating that they believe that the unit is vacant.
Yes, you may.
Yes.
Just so it's clear, I'm on Section 8. They know I was there. So does his company.
I would like to see evidence rather than just looking.
Well, I will.
Your Honor, let me just.
You're talking about the "we believe the house is becoming vacant today"? That email?
Just, I don't know if you can see. Can you see the email that I'm displaying? The
No,
Gmail?
I can't see the email, but I'm talking about the one.
Right here, Your Honor, just a moment. This is, can you see a Gmail? 162 May?
Yes,
Okay, right here. This is from Stuart Beal to Muhammad Dahabra, myself, February 28, 2023. It happened actually, we were out of town. We were in Cancun, as a matter of fact, that date, and I could prove that. Says, we believe this house is becoming vacant today. Okay, I responded the very same day, within 10 minutes. I said, we'll check it out and let you know when available for showing. Okay. I did not say anything to Stuart because I did not have a chance to take a look at the property until we came back from vacation, which was March 6th. So up to that date, I was under the impression from February 28 of that this house is vacant. So playing games, unfortunately, there is a lot of incorrect statements that the tenant is making, and I could go back and
well, you know, the problem here is that it wasn't vacant, and I'm not seeing, you know, whether it's your management company or whether it's you, I'm not seeing where you're telling me that he would be out. He has a Section 8 lease.
Your Honor, he was supposed to leave in November. I
heard that. I heard you
right,
say
and I'm really not clear, to be honest with you. I'm not clear what kind of arrangement he had for December, for January, and even for February. But what
your management company should have some type of an information as to what his arrangement was at that time.
I have another email from my management company, basically complaining about all the, I'm gonna call it the way it is, all the lies that they have heard from this tenant. is,
Sir, I'm asking you something completely different. I don't want to have a fight back and forth between
sure,
you.
no, absolutely not, absolutely
There,
not.
I'm talking about what you have received from Section 8.
Okay, do you want me to go there? There is an email from Section 8.
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, Your Honor, just one moment. From Section 8, I have this email.
My
right here.
emails show a month-to-month lease after
Okay.
December. Our
Okay.
lease ended
Let's-
in December. You're talking about November. That's not even
let's-
true.
Okay, maybe we can look at your evidence after we finish.
Go ahead.
I'm all for that.
My lease with you ended December 31st. And then it was month to month
Sir.
with Section 8.
Do you have a copy of any documentation?
Yes, ma'am, I do. My other phone just died. I'm trying to pull it up right now, but our lease ended December 31st. He's saying November. That's not true.
All right.
And
I
then
heard
after that, it was a month-to-month lease, which Beal, his property manager, and him was CC'd on, knew it was month-to-month. That's why he got paid from Section 8 a month later. He got paid from them. If he didn't think I was there, why would he get paid?
You were supposed to be there till the end of February.
Why would you get paid?
He's
We were
saying
paid.
that, stop, please, the two of you are not
I'm
to
sorry,
to
I'm
talk
sorry.
to one
I got
another. Mr. Dessler, he's saying that he believed he was getting paid in March for February because he received payment after your month was ended. So he would have gotten paid for March for the month of February. And he's saying he believed that you were supposed to be out by then. The problem here, as I'm seeing it, is that there's no communication with the property manager that is showing that he should still be there. And I want to know, and Mr. Dehabra, you either need to allow the property managers to manage the whole thing, or you manage it, because this communication falls on you. If you show up and walk into someone's home when they're still there, and this notice that you say here, my email to Section 8 worker advising the tenant was still on the property. At that time, she advised she was going to send a mutual lease termination. That means they believe he was still in a lease.
That was after the fact, Your Honor. That was after the
They
fact.
don't have to do lease terminations after the fact. I'm saying to you, she may have mentioned to you she was going to send you that after the fact. The fact that she has to do it means they're still in a lease, sir.
I understand, Your Honor. I will go back simply saying that the email, I do agree with the communication piece. We probably could have done better job there, but it's very clear that my February 28th email that I received from Beal, and it says that this
That doesn't excuse the behavior just because your landlord, your management company told you that. That's the part you don't understand. The management company can't excuse your breach of someone else's rights to a property by sending you a document. You are still liable for that.
I understand that, Your Honor. All I'm saying, I'm back to my assumptions and my understanding that I was told it's out, that it's supposed to be out. I was out of town. I didn't get to it till the 6th. I went in there, assuming that there is nobody there. I knocked on the door.
Mr. Dehabra, repeating what I just heard and everything I just saw does not change where I am with this.
I understand. No, I understand. If I
This is what I need to make a final ruling on this, whether anybody's getting any money, or whether this is a wash. What I need to know is, where is I want to see the mutual lease termination agreement. Is that attached here?
I did not receive it, Your Honor. No, because it was never actually.
It was never executed?
It was never. I don't believe it was executed because I think there were two things, if I remember correctly, and I think the email shows that Beal Properties were supposed to sign along with the tenant. The tenant never signed. That's my understanding. Beal Properties signed in the wrong place. They had to correct it, and they did that. However,
I want that document, whether it was completely executed or not. I need
right
that
here.
document.
I believe it's in this, ma'am. If it is in this email right here, Do you mind if we take a couple moments reading this email?
I want you to point me to where you say that the document is in these emails.
Sure, yes, right here.
Real quick, Your Honor, like I said, Beal knew I was still in the property. It was a mutual agreement. It was a lease to lease. He showed up knowing I was there and entered.
Sir,
And-
sir, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told him. I just heard both of you tell me this. I'm trying to, right now,
Okay,
that I need
apologize.
to make a decision.
Okay.
Okay. I will get to just a moment here. Right here. Actually, I requested the copy of it, but I never got it. One moment, Your Honor. Oops, sorry. Your Honor, I'm gonna go back straight to the because I think for some reason my PDF I just cannot scroll correctly with it. Just give me one
Well,
moment.
I've looked through these emails here and I don't see a copy of that document attached here.
I do not have the agreement that agreement termination piece. I never got it.
Well, I'm telling you, I need it.
Okay,
So, and it's not just you, I'm telling you, both of you, that I need that you should contact your worker, Mr. Dessler, and see if you can get a copy of it, or a copy of any lease or month to month, whatever that was. I want a copy of that. And I want a copy of any executed, non-executed termination of the mutual lease termination agreement. I want to have that.
I can send you an email right now of the property manager. Her name is Colleen from Beal. And she's clearly showing that this is a month-to-month lease after the December 31st date. Which she claims that they increased the rent.
Because
So
it's not, I understand that, but the concern here, Mr. Dessler, because you keep going back to the same thing, I don't think you will completely understand the issue either. You sent a notice on January 23rd, saying that you were going to be out on January 31st.
Okay.
So you gave notice that you were going to be gone. You didn't leave. So I'm trying to figure out what happened in between. Is there still a lease agreement that he was obligated to follow? And that's why I need a copy of any lease from either Section 8, the 2 that was signed by the parties, whatever that is. I need each and every lease agreement, and I'm going to issue a written opinion on this.
Okay.
Absolutely. My Section 8 worker responded and said after that date and sent a payment. So they knew I was there. He knew I was there because they sent payment.
Absolutely not. Incorrect.
I want to stop the argument back and forth.
That's fine, Your Honor.
It doesn't matter how you guys reframe the issue. I've already told you what my ruling is about the issue. You can keep saying the same things over and over, but I still need any and all that documentation sent to me. And if there is a lease from Section 8 or whatever that representation is, I need it. I need that mutual termination agreement. If it was signed by the wrong place, by Bill, I want a copy of that. That is what I want. I don't know how much more clear I can be.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
then I will
Understand.
issue a written opinion.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I need to have that. I'm gonna give that to today is the 5th. I need that no later than the 19th. Okay,
Okay. Your
thank
Honor.
you.
Thank you.
Ma'am,
Yes,
could you, is there another court date coming up or?
nope, I'm gonna issue a written opinion. You should probably get the court your new address, sir.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
That was crazy, eh?